The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
And away we go. I am Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the damn show. How you feeling today, man?
I feel like confessing. I want to know what's on that album. I want to know.
I'm going to listen to that R. Kelly album.
Listen.
I'm going to listen to it. YouTube. We're on YouTube as well.
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube as well. Podical Sons.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly's album is on YouTube somewhere. Somewhere. That's why I don't really... When I looked at YouTube when they first came out in the beginning, about the whole streaming services and everything like that, I was anti-YouTube.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'll just click the things closed with it. But I realized like, yo, there's tons of music. You can't get on Spotify. You can't get on Apple.
Yeah.
I think there's another platform and stuff that are between them. And I think Tidal might be the other one.
Right.
There's certain shit they just can't have. Classic mixtapes, classic old shit, unreleased stuff, all make it to YouTube.
Yes.
So now you can access that when you close your screen.
Right.
So I was thinking like, yo, YouTube, you might get me.
Yeah.
If they're the only one with this R. Kelly album, because I searched on Spotify and I didn't see it, I don't know. Next year might be a different kind of look now. Might have to switch a platform. Spotify, step your game up. At Podical Sons, all social media platforms, podicalsons.com. And yes, we are here.
We are here, man.
Week was good. Week was good.
How about your week, man?
Week was good. Oh, which camera do I look at?
I don't know. Is this like a best baby father thing? Is about this?
Yes,
you set it off? You want to set it off?
Thank you to all my lovely followers about wishing for me to have another child.
Did you come up with any names yet?
We're going to call it Insta. Because that all started from the damn Instagram. Yo, this was a social experiment that no one planned for.
No.
But I just leaned into the shit.
Yeah.
Right? It was the funniest thing in the world to me, whatever, because I say it like this. I thought certain people I thought that knew me.
Yeah.
They would know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more, if I'm an open book this much on a podcast,
yeah.
Imagine people who I think were more personal, direct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that know me didn't flinch. They did not flinch.
Nah.
I had people calling, salute to Ben Dillinger. they went after Ben. They went way after Ben.
It was that deep?
Yo, people who I beatbox with,
right?
Who can hit me on a DM and everything like that. They're like, yo, Marv having a baby? Yo.
Wow.
So, salute to my girl Nicole. My girl Nicole, she hit me and stuff. And she's like, yo, I seen some shit on Instagram and stuff, whatever, about you and some pregnant chick and stuff like that. She's like, you having a baby? So I'm like, nah. That's what I thought. Because she's like, you showed me a photo of your girl, and that didn't look like your girl.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever, right? So I'm looking like, oh yeah, that's right. I did show. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But I guess because I'm private about certain things.
I think that's what it was. I think leading up to that photo, you haven't really posted any like females to that regard on your page.
Right.
So now I'm seeing that and they were like, oh, this must be a special one because she made the story. But when you were giving me the drama, I was like, let me go look at the story and what this story is all about, right?
I put congratulations
but that's
in
the first
post.
thing I seen was congrats. I'm like, but why would anybody take this as, you know what I mean? Like
dyslexic.
Child because
dyslexic, they can't read.
This is congrats at the top.
I'm like, we speak about I want to say empaths, and we speak about narcissists.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I say it all the time, I'm more of an empathetic person. I'm an empath. I consider myself an empath in the things that I do. I am rude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have my asshole ways and stuff, whatever, but I'm far from narcissistic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, I'm legit like flattered and moved when like if I hear women, I feel like women are bolder now and stuff like because they smell other women on you.
Yeah.
When they smell other women on you, they get bold and stuff like that. And there's some women like, yo, you're a handsome dude and everything like that. Where I'm like, appreciate it. I don't consider myself Marv.
Right, yeah.
Consider myself Marv and everything like that, whatever, right? So to me, to my knowledge, there's nothing really narcissistic about me.
Yeah.
For me to say congratulations on somebody I done got pregnant on, who I already knew.
Let me pat myself on the back.
Let me pat myself on the back on this fucking post. I don't care what it looked like to y'all and stuff, whatever. Read, look at it, then ask questions and stuff, whatever. But yo, when the congratulations kept coming in, I leaned into the bullshit.
Of course.
I sent the prayer hands, the heart emojis. Thank you. We can't wait. We barely can wait. So like, fuck it.
And then you throw Cuz about it, and Cuz like, yo, go ahead, man. Lean on in.
Salute to Roche. Because the funny thing too, I had one person that came my DM like, they hit follow on Roche's profile because they said that men don't really take proper progress photos on pregnancies. So she would like to see the pregnancy progress from her side.
Right.
So she goes to hit follow.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you thirsty ass fucker.
And if you're listening, you know who you are.
Yo.
You know who you are.
Yo, when I show you the DMs, when I show you the DMs of who said it to you, you're like, what? I can't leave. That was the hilarious part about it. What else? The Desperate Housewives are coming out. Like, if you're booed up, you're married and stuff like that. Why do you care if I got somebody else's pregnant? Like, I don't understand. Wait a minute. You're expecting? Why do you care? You have your husband. You have your life. Just say congratulations. Keep it pushing.
It was just funny all around.
That the one when they go at Ben. They went way out to contact Ben.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Poor Ben. Poor Ben too. Because he was getting my girl on the bullshit. So he called me the Monday. He's like, yo, you know those people, you know those phone calls I got for you? I'm like, well, what? He's like, I think he got 3 phone calls and he got about 8 DMs pertaining to.
See, this is the funny part because even though you're an empath, that's the asshole side. They're afraid to call you direct and ask you about it.
I know, because I'm rude.
Yes.
I'm rude.
So they figure, Ben's the nice guy.
He's the nicer one.
Ben's the nice guy. Let me try and figure it out through Ben.
But what was wild, I went out for dinner and drinks with somebody early in the month of November.
Right.
Went out for dinner and drinks and stuff like that. And, I thought our rapport was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, we connected dolo and everything like that. Good dude and all the above.
So I don't mean to cut you. Do me a favor. Just the light, just slide it down a little bit. I feel like it's flickering and it's kind of.
I can get up on the camera now. Woo!
Yeah. We give Marv a little bit more freedom around here. There you go. That's perfect.
Watch me dance. I don't want to be
That's a jazz back.
Nah, man, but dude, it threw me off, man, because I was like, I thought people knew me.
Right.
Especially, I want to say not the followers and stuff like that on the gram. I would just hope and stuff. When people got harassing me when I went to work. I went to work the next day because it was a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
When I went to work and stuff the Sunday, I had coworkers run up on me because the night. Okay, so before I went to work, I had a convo with a cousin. Salute to John. He was a fucking voice of reasoning. Can you believe that?
John?
You see? You did a double take too. Yeah. It fucked up my world, whatever, right? I was looking like...
And I mean, not John. Not saying that you can't be the voice of reasoning.
Like hell.
But I know John.
He will wing shit. Don't give a fuck. Don't
dice
plan.
In his hands.
It's just chance everything and stuff, whatever. When that expression, they said your kid makes you a grown-up.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. And I've been dying for him to... I told him directly and stuff like that. So anything I'm saying and stuff is nothing brand new. I told him like, yo, I've been itching and waiting for you to mature up to this level. Yeah. But I'm like, if you got to this level and stuff now because like you're a father, a win is a win.
A win is a win.
So because of that, I did a damage control post. He
Okay.
gave me a stern talking to.
Yeah,
he called me up on a full government name. He's like, "Is this what we're doing? We're creating clickbait. You need to tell the people this is your cousin. All right. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts about this, and let them know you're not having a baby. Are we understood?" I was like, so I'm like,
John.
at first I snapped. I'm like, you know, my father died earlier this year, right? He's like, somebody needs to step up and act like a father in this place. I was like, wow. I was like,
It wasn't me because I was with the bullshit.
yeah, I was with this shit.
I was with the bullshit.
Your sister was with this shit. Everybody was with this shit. So whatever. Yo, God bless you all. God bless you all. It made my damn day. But so I created a damage control post. So let's say I had all the congratulations shit coming in from the Sunday night. And I did that before I went to bed, like the early Monday morning, like midnight hours.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
So I had coworkers run up on me. You can't do what you did yesterday, okay? It's not funny. Yesterday I sent you congratulations and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I see you're laughing at everybody because they assume you were having a baby. I'm
Yeah.
like, because you didn't read. Why are you upset at me that you didn't read?
Let me ask you: Does any of your girls' friends follow your page?
Oh, my girl's friends?
Yeah.
If her friends follow the page?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not too sure. Like,
Okay.
because I have a whole bunch of followers.
Right. So you're not sure.
I'm not
who's
really.
who.
Yeah. But I do know like some people's and stuff that she might know and everything
Yeah.
like that. But even if some people who know my girl
Right.
still said, "Congratulations, is this your second?" I'm like, one person came into me and said, "Oh, so you cheated on your girl and you got a chick pregnant and stuff like that." I was like, beautiful social experiment.
Yeah.
Beautiful social experiment.
Yeah.
And this is what I go back to saying and stuff, whatever. I'm like, just because you have so many followers, that don't mean you have friends.
It's true.
Because the friends and the real ones, they know.
Yeah, they know.
They knew.
They know.
People like you didn't flinch. So many people that didn't flinch, they knew and everything like that, right? And if they asked questions in the beginning before I was with the bullshits, then yeah, they would have got it. Because it kind of threw me off. I mentioned it to you at the baby shower.
Yeah.
I was like, people telling me congratulations. I'm like, oh, because her profile is private, whatever. So I'm like, I'll go tell her a thing. But happy for you. You're the cutest couple ever. What? We're not in Alabama. I'm not screwing my cousin.
I'm like, that night, everybody took pictures with her, but only you got to.
Because my reputation.
Yeah.
Because I look like I'm for the streets. That's what it is.
Your reputation precedes you.
It's my reputation.
It
Like it's
precedes you.
like I have this look because so that's why I did the following post. I'm the most wanted baby father because clearly y'all want me to have kids, and I didn't know. There's chicks I used to date. Don't even talk to us. I don't follow them personally. I don't follow them no more.
Yeah.
But apparently they still follow me, and then they start coming in like on the joke one. They're like, I was about to say, like, I didn't know you were having a baby. Because one, he was like, wow. So I guess it really is my loss, like the Drake album and stuff, because you're having a baby and stuff and weed and a pop off. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
God bless you all. God
It was
bless
entertaining.
you.
It was entertaining. To say the least. To say the least.
Hell yeah. I want another incident like that and stuff too. I just want to make more money from the next one. So I was like, well, I guess if they look at it like that, I was like, I guess I'm not ugly.
Nah.
I'm not ugly.
No.
Ooh. So I want to talk to you about last week
Okay.
before we get to the question shit about the could ugly people have a podcast?
They could. It just couldn't be visual.
Narcissist. You're fucked. You're fucked. I agree though. Here's my thing and stuff. Maybe because I'm more focused on content.
Yeah.
With Martin Luther King too, it is a judgment not by the color of the skin, but the content of their character.
Right.
I think that's my main concern and stuff, whatever, right? So before like podcasts and stuff, whatever, got a sonic boom with the YouTube side.
Yeah.
I was more the audio format.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So me personally, I don't really care exactly what the person looks like.
Yeah, same here.
I'm more concerned about the content.
Yeah.
And everything. So I think, why would it matter what the person looks like?
I don't think it should matter at all, right? I think it's
So if I had a different kind of look to my face, let's say, maybe like the broken glasses, the Poindexter with the tape in the middle.
Yeah.
I had the Urkel type of setup and everything. You'd be like, I had a lot of women I used to date and everything. They'd be like, "Yo, such a nerdy lying ass." I'm still a nerd.
lying through your ass.
I still consider myself a nerd and everything like that, whatever, right? So I'm looking at them like,
nerds.
yeah. So I don't know.
I think what it is. I think if you're into the podcasting world and just like you're saying, like you're used to just
Content.
hearing it through and listening to content and not necessarily knowing what a person looks like, then okay. But if you're like approaching podcasts from, let's say, a YouTube scenario, right? Again, I think it's always going to be like what grabs you first, right? So maybe not necessarily, you might not necessarily have to be good looking, but if you're at least well put together, it exhumes something.
I look at like, okay, let's look at Action Jackson, Derrick Jackson.
Right.
Derrick Jackson, no homo, he's a handsome dude.
Yeah.
He's a handsome dude. He's put together and everything like that. But Derrick Jackson, I want to say, can I say that before the fall of Derrick Jackson?
Yeah.
Before the fall of Derrick Jackson and stuff like that, before we know about the cheating scandal and all that type of stuff, whatever, that was kosher. Right. Now we know about the cheating scandal and stuff like he's giving you a relationship thing when he shot the bet on his relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they still follow him because he was good looking.
I think so.
Because your content is negated now.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why
But just look at some of the comments that was coming after him in the post. He's like, oh, yeah, he can get it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of that type of like posts. Like, I don't care when he's good looking. I'll cheat with me type of deal. That's what some of the posts were like, right? And I was like, damn. I said, looks trump a lot of shit. Pretty privilege is real. Yeah, it's very much real.
Pretty privilege is real. So that's it. I get it, man. It's just interesting. It was an interesting thought because like when I told somebody recently and stuff, I came back from Cleveland and everything for the Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And I was talking. They're like, "Oh, you articulate yourself kind of." I'm like, "Well, I talk about these things on my podcast."
Yeah.
To like, the woman says, she's like, "Oh, you have a podcast? Yeah, you look good looking enough to listen to." I said,
good looking enough to listen to.
I was about to say, okay, isn't that an oxymoron in itself? I was like,
yeah.
Shut your eyes. She's like, well, you have a podcasting voice and you're easy on the eyes and everything like that. Whatever, right? So I'm like, that would make you listen? So I was like, so if I was ugly, she's like, mm-mm. And then her friend's like, I won't listen to an ugly guy's podcast. I was like,
really?
I'm like, what if...
I wonder if that's a male and female thing.
Would you listen to a podcast with ugly chicks?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
Yeah. Because again, I'm a content person.
Okay.
I'm a content person, right?
Okay.
So I mean, if the content's first there, then I'm gonna listen to it, right? Like, I'm not necessarily hung up on looks. Obviously, the more attractive the person is, the more you're going to be focused on that, right? But
I feel like it plays a factor, but not a full. Like, okay, the podcast with the two chicks, guys be fucked,
right?
So with those girls, I've heard that podcast, I think twice, way back when.
Yeah.
And then I think they were featured on someone else's show and I probably ran into them like on YouTube somewhere or whatever, right? And I seen them like, these what the chicks look like? And I was looking at something like, it was just something in my head like, oh, this is what they like. I could put a face to them now and stuff for that, right? I didn't waste the time to go searching what they look like and everything, individuals and everything like that. So I was like, But in the back of my mind, I looked at it and was like, guys kind of fuck everything. So I wouldn't discredit that, like, you know.
But I mean, even just from the standpoint of just like let's move it away from the podcast world. Because I say this all the time. It's like, you can't look and see personality.
No.
right? So there's got to be something that's going to attract you to that person to make you want to go and talk to that person. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be looks. It's going to be something of that person that you see that your eyes see that you're physically attracted to before you step to that person. Now, you might step to that person, you might find out the person's the airhead, and that shit might turn you off. And you might step away, right?
Mm-hmm.
You may have, you know what I mean, you may have a coworker, not that great looking,
Mm-hmm.
but they can hold a conversation and a half. And the shit you talk about, you just click.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now that person starts looking more attractive to you.
That's
Just because of, you know what I mean? Just because of that connection, right? But again, you wouldn't know that right off the bat. You wouldn't necessarily walk up to a person and say, you look like you have a good conversation in you. Let me go talk to you.
Let me ask you this. If you're having a conversation with, let's say, woman of the opposite sex, like
Right.
so a woman, you're having a conversation with a woman, and let's say you talk about, I want to say things.
Yeah.
Like, let's say podcasts, some of the stuff and everything like that. Do you think, even if it's not you, but do you think like you or the collective and stuff of men, do you think that a bond tends to grow? Like from that disposition? So let's say you went from hi and bye to now you guys are having in-depth conversation. Do you feel like a bond will grow, like an attraction?
I think so.
Really?
I think so. I think that's very possible because, see, and that's the thing, right? Like, okay, your eyes can be stimulated, but your mind can be stimulated also,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're and one thing about stimulation is that you always seek it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you find somebody you can conversate very well with, and you just love talking to that person, you're gonna find yourself wanting to have a conversation with that person.
Conversation, yes. I feel like a good portion of the time for myself,
Yeah.
I just like to have a conversation with people in general, men, women,
In
general. So I think when it comes to a time when I'm having a conversation and stuff with somebody, to me, I think some people are more obvious than others.
Right.
Because I feel like the dynamic or the chemistry and stuff kind of change between us.
Yeah.
Coming like, to me, I still look like, oh, what's up? Like, you know, it's like big homie type of thing and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, Marv. I was like, what switched?
Yesterday, we were out in Owen Sound. We drove by the hockey arena out there.
Mm.
So, because I wanted to see if there was anywhere inside where if there was like a billboard where I can post an Airbnb and let people know if you're coming in from out of town to play hockey with your kids, or you know what I mean, you don't have to necessarily go to a hotel. There's an Airbnb that's close by you, right?
Right.
So I'm standing outside the hockey arena and I'm taking pictures, right? And this man comes out. He walks out the same time I'm taking pictures. He's like, beautiful day outside, right? I was like, yeah, it's a beautiful day. And then we just started having a conversation, right? And we were there talking for, I want to say maybe about 5-10 minutes. This man told me where he used to be from. He's retired. And all this stuff came out in just the space of 5-10 minutes, right? And he's like, you're new to the neighborhood. And I was like, yeah. I said, yeah. He goes, we should have coffee. So I said, bet. I said, so I went to see if I had any cards because as like he said he did handiwork and stuff like that. I said, do you have a card? He says, nah, I'm not that handy. So I was like, cool. Let me go to the car and see if I have any cards to give you. But I didn't have any cards on me, right?
Right.
So I said, you know what? Yeah, we're in the area, so we gotta run into each other again, right? So anyway, he says, yeah, we shook hands, said goodbyes and everything. I walked inside the hockey arena. On my way back out now, my wifey's in the car and she's like, you just make friends with everybody, don't you? I said, well, this is my personality, right?
Same for me.
And she's like, he drives like the really nice YJ Jeeps, like the Jeeps that I like. I said, yeah, cool. Same time when she said that, I see him coming around with his Jeep, right? Parks in front of me, right? Jumps out with his phone. He's like, hey, let me get your number. He said, whenever you're in town or whatever, we'll hook up and have coffee. So I said, No problem. Switched out number. I gave him my number. He called me right there. Said that's my number right there. I saved it on my phone. Sorry. You know what? Have a good day. And then, we'll hook up. I don't even think 15 minutes later through our drive back to Toronto, dude texted me, said, yo, nice running into you today. I said, listen, man, whenever you're back in town, let's have coffee. And that was just based off of a 5-minute to 10-minute conversation that we had. But it was such a good conversation, right? To the fact, to the point where you see to yourself, nah, we can do more of this. We can do more of this.
Exactly. I'm in that boat all the time. Like for me, if I want to be home by myself, that's straight my choice.
Right.
I make friends without even trying.
Yeah.
And I get invites to go. Like, if I want to, I could probably not have to cook. I can go to somebody else's house for dinner every damn night for like at least a month, probably 2 months. 2 months straight without cooking. Go different people's houses, have conversations, have a good time.
You're the cat. Just go back to the episode when we were talking about stray cats that don't live nowhere but live at everybody else's. Yeah, that's more right now.
Because it's so weird to me because I look at it where I just genuinely just enjoy good conversation, especially with good people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what sex or gender they may be and all that type of stuff and everything, much as if I don't know too much about their world.
Right.
I think I'm on a quest for knowledge, so that's the reason why I'm looking to understand that world, have the understanding and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think without even considering it, whatever, it kind of just makes me kind of more versed because I'm like now in the knowing of like, okay, I didn't know what you did before. After this conversation, I know what you do, so now I have a little knowledge and stuff. And if somebody else wanted the knowledge, I can plug them into you.
Listen, Marv, if I was actually live in Owentown, I would have had a job. Bro was just something. He's like, so you're new here? He goes, are you working? Do you need it? Dude was ready to give me a damn job in Owentown.
That's nice. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm saying to myself, I'm like,
that's dope.
Look at this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, wifey's, she's friendly, but she's not outgoing like how I'm outgoing.
I always feel like when it comes to introverted people, they just lack the training. Because I feel like you can go on YouTube, same thing and stuff. You go on YouTube. I didn't know how to change my headlight in my old car. Right. And I went on YouTube and learned how to change. You can learn shit from the internet. Yeah. So if you're an introverted person, you're like, how do I make new friends or how do I... There's videos for you to learn. It's up to you to practice it. Yeah. So I think they just didn't put it into practice and stuff like that. They just choose not to. Right? Because I feel like... Right. Be like, if you're curious or you're shocked, like, how this person, every time they go somewhere, they make new friends, you could be the same way too. Yeah. But you probably choose not to give a damn. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where it comes down to. When I say conversation is good conversation regardless. As much as when people, I want to say, can converse and listen. Yeah. That's even dope. That's dope. It just, ugly people can't have podcasts. It's rough on these screens.
You gotta get facelift first.
Yikes. All right. Let's get to the polls then. First poll.
How many children does Marv have?
I should have polled that.
You should have polled that. You should.
It's not too late.
No, it's never too late. Never too late.
It's not too late. I should put up a baby shower photo in the background and say, how many kids do you think Marv has? I should put that photo up and everything and see what they put.
Let's see what they put.
First poll says, who are you tired of hearing about? There's Elon Musk and Kanye West. And Elon Musk won at 75%. You agree or disagree?
I don't know if I heard from him. I think I heard from Kanye more.
You hear from Kanye a lot more?
Yeah.
I hear a lot from both of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hear a lot from both of them, but I think Kanye edged them a little bit within the last, controversy.
Yeah, because they bumped, they finally kind of crossed paths because it's kind of like, you hear a lot about Elon and his whole Twitter thing and all the extra shit that he kind of came with. And then on the other parallel side, you had Ye, I want to say from divorce talk to the girl from, was it Julia Fox, the Uncut Gems movie? Yes. To Virgil passing, to him and Drake kissing and making up, or Drake said on the song, it was only for mob ties.
Just for the mob ties.
You know what I'm saying? Like to the Jewish, like, I feel like you hear, to me, I feel like you hear a lot about both.
Yeah.
But top heavier, yay.
Yeah, yeah.
Elon Musk and stuff, whatever, to me, I feel like if you looked on regular news, you're seeing Elon Musk. You look on social media, you're seeing yay.
Yeah.
So, but
the funny thing about it is when we said, you know, Trump is back in the race, I think they purposely trying to keep him out of the media.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
You think so?
That's how I feel like, because
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because I think Trump is still doing his thing because, like, all right, for one, he lost his tax fraud case.
Right.
So I think, and I thought it was going to be some billions lies. It was like less than 2 million. It's like 1 point something million. Like, that's what he has to pay in tax evasion and stuff for them. Like, he shits that.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably his tissue to wipe his nose with. So I was looking at that and I'm like, with him campaigning, trying to get back and stuff like that.
Right.
I think they're just scared. Like, I want to say most outlets and stuff, they're scared because they know if they say any more, it's kind of like Trump is right. Like, to I'm going to say a reasonable logistic person looking at these things, logical.
Yeah.
They know Trump is not too 100. Yeah. But the shit he says is sound. And I think with I call it the far right movement, because, like, you know, that music group, the Far East movement, there's the far right movement with the was it Giorgia Meloni in Italy, France has a woman and stuff like that, whatever, that heavy alt-right kind of a little movement and everything like that. He basically kind of led the forefront to kind of help breed these people and stuff to kind of come up. Yeah. So it's kind of like, we can't do nothing to do but to listen to stuff to Trump. So now that he's not president, but he's running back for presidency and stuff, whatever. And again, Elon reinstated his Twitter and all that type of stuff again, whatever. It's only a matter of time. If Trump is smart.
He did say something about Britain.
Of course he did.
He going.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's only a matter of time where, that man's going to start firing off at the right moment, because the Biden administration, they got some shit to answer for. They got some shit to answer for. We'll talk about that coming back and stuff like that. But yeah, Elon won by 75%. So people say they get tired of hearing about Elon. Next one is, can your partner dance on other people? 57% said sure to dance. Where do you stand on your average, Joseph?
I said sure to dance. I'm sitting this one out. You go ahead. Here's why I really said yes.
Fire away. Let me hear this. Talk to things.
Because again and again, I'm gonna state this. These questions, there's no right or wrong answer.
Of course. All perspective.
And that other person could be father, could be brother,
could be from
uncle.
Alabama, because that's some different shit. But okay.
It's a dance. Fathers dance with their daughters.
Grinding?
I didn't read the grinding part. Is that
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just dance.
It's a dance.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So even somebody came in the DM, what kind of dance are we talking about? Are we talking about ballroom? Or are we talking about like humping and scrumping?
There's no specification on which type of dance it was.
Humping and scrumping.
Is humping and scrumping?
Let's say if it was humping and scrumping.
No, humping and scrumping. Well, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ballroom.
Yeah, why not? You gotta cut a rug.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I said no.
He said no.
Because I don't got time to entertain that shit. Much less. Like, because you know what the wild thing was? I think I saw a video. So they always surface and stuff. I want to say, like, there was one where this dude, he like lift up the chick and he having his way. So we talking about like, she got legs up here, they up here, air humping and shit like that, grinding. Yeah. She having the time of her life. And then he put her down and then her dude was waiting, like holding her drinks while I was like,
Yeah. That is 100%. That's
Shoot the club up in that way.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
That's not your girl. That's everybody's dance friend.
That's a different dance partner.
And so I get where you're coming from and stuff.
No,
like.
but honestly, when the question was posed to me, that the scene from Scarface came to mind just when he was in the club, right?
Oh yeah.
And dude came in.
Your bitch ass said Godfather.
I said Godfather.
Because
it was Scarface.
Scarface.
The Scarface. And dude came in, took his girlfriend up and just danced. And his henchman was like, "Yo," and he's like, "No. It's just a dance. They just dance it." And he's like, and then they cut a rug, and it's like, "Okay, I see you. I see it. You don't want to dance, but your girl, she's a dancer. She likes to. She's saying, yo." Well, enjoy yourself.
It comes with the relationship.
Yeah.
If you're with somebody and stuff who wants to like go out or party and stuff like that, if you agree to the terms of the relationship, you have to go out.
Yeah.
If you're not a dancer and stuff for that, why would you be in a relationship with somebody who likes to go out and dance?
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, your limit play within. He's like, all right, well, fuck it. She gonna dance on such and such and everything. Forget out of pocket. Because,
If it get out of pocket.
The blood running through my system is made from Jamaican people and stuff. And I know how dance hall can get, From the top rope, and all the dirty wine and everything. So
you do not get to dagger my girl.
Yeah.
You don't get to dagger my girl.
Hey, yo. I second that notion. Yo. For real. All right, man. Let's start with, what? Since we're talking about that, the whole Biden thing, here's what I wanted to say. So let's start with that, and then we'll go into the other things and stuff, whatever. So with the Biden stuff, Brittany Griner is home. Are you happy that she's home?
I'm happy that she's home.
You happy that she's home?
I'm home. I'm happy that she's home.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. And even though I'm happy that she's home, I think there's other people there that should have been able to come home too. That's my only disappointment with it. That's my only disappointment.
That's why I'm looking at stuff. I'm like, I don't know the weight of how much like the other people, like the other U.S. prisoners and stuff over there,
right,
hold compared to like Brittany Griner.
Yeah,
I just see that with the Biden administration getting her back.
Yeah.
You have the LGBT community to appease. You have black people to appease. You have celebrities to appease, right? And I feel like I'm missing one more and stuff like that.
WNBA?
Well, I can say black women.
Okay.
Because black women make up a good portion of the vote and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Well, black women make a good portion of the votes. And I remember Biden talked that shit that one time, talking about if, I think he went on Breakfast Club, if you don't vote for him, you're not really supporting black people and everything like that.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, you got the black women, black people, LGBT, and the celebrities and stuff to kind of thing. Because if we look at it, let's say when A$AP Rocky was going through his shit, that was during Trump's run.
Right.
And he ended up getting back over and everything like that. And then, Trump had his Kodak Black ties, his Lil Wayne ties and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So it's kind of like how many celebrities you heard kind of like really fuck with Biden?
Yeah, it's true.
Not too many and stuff, whatever, right? And now we're coming up to an election time and stuff. So when we're coming up to the election time and stuff, because the midterms and stuff over here now.
Yeah. So you start the appeasing.
Right. You start, and that's what I was looking at for the administration and stuff. Because I'm looking, I'm like, how does it strategically make sense? Because this is Russia's arms dealer.
Yeah.
And she's just a WNBA star.
The other prisoner that they were talking about, Paul Whelan. Sorry if I messed up the name, but I knew about him before she even went to jail for the whole marijuana charge. So he's a U.S. contractor that they caught over in Russia and accused them of spying. So he's been in there for a while.
Okay.
So he's been in there for a while, and the whole talks was, I think it was his family that was trying to petition the government to like, can you find a way to get him home?
How long was he been there? Over some years now?
I want to say I knew about him probably a year before the whole Brittany Griner going to jail.
So it was still under the Biden administration?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was under possibly Trump.
I think he may have been there
from the Trump?
From Trump.
Okay.
I think he might have been there from Trump. If he wasn't or he might have just got arrested during Trump's administration coming out.
Okay.
Right? But I think that was like when the families was really pushing to like, yo, like, can we bring him home? Like, he's been there for a while. And then news just stopped about him totally, right? So then when this whole thing about, you know, Brittany Griner being able to be, you know, maybe possibly, you know, swapped, I was like, in my mind, I didn't think they were going to do it.
Let me get that again. Go ahead.
I didn't think they were going to do it in my mind. And I was like,
I didn't think so either.
yeah, because to me, it was...
She already got sentenced.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can bring it all the way down. Bring it all the way down. Yeah, there you go. To me, it didn't seem like it was...
Arms dealer for a baller? For like a basketball player? No.
Like anytime... And I'm speaking from just watching movie shit, so I don't know how possibly true it is. But anytime you see an exchange, there's always somebody of equal value. Spy for spy. You know what I mean? A top general for top general. Like,
yeah.
An even swap.
Yeah, like make it make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it make sense and stuff, whatever. I was looking at it, I was like, and then the meme, there's the one meme that slapped to me and stuff, whatever. They're like, Russia got back their plug and we got back Joanna Man. I was like, oh. I was like,
the memes were just flat. This black comedian, he's on IG. He's saying, it's all your fault. He goes, you can't talk about the person during negotiations. He said, all you did was raise her stock. All you did was just raise her stock up.
I think it's because it's a celebrity factor.
Yeah, that's a celebrity.
It's a celebrity factor. That's it. It's a celebrity factor. If she wasn't a celeb, she wasn't a celeb, she would probably still be there rotting with like the Paul, whoever.
Yeah.
Like I look at it where that has some pull and they can hashtag free whoever the hell and stuff like that because wrong is wrong. We stated that before.
Yeah.
Like you're an adult. You flew. It's not like you were driving, you were taking a boat.
Right.
You flew in a plane.
Right.
And you brought the cartridges.
Yeah.
Which the company says no to. So you fucked up. You have to, you did a crime, you serve the time. So now she's home and everything like that. I just looked at stuff and was like, this is gonna, it's a political ploy to me.
For sure. I think so too. 100%.
It's a political ploy and stuff, whatever, to me. Because I said,
like I said, you had the chance to bring home the other dude who was there way, like, much longer. And he's been accused of spying, right? It's not even like they like said, okay, hey, we caught you red-handed spying. Mm-hmm. They caught her red-handed. Bring what the illegal substances into their country.
Yeah, that Russia and Ukraine war is gonna I feel like the tide's gonna change. The man's an arms dealer. The tides are gonna change.
Yeah. I didn't know he's the dude that Lord of War was based off of.
Is that what they're saying?
Yes, he's the dude that movie's based off of.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
Because I'm about to say, like, any arms dealer and stuff, to my knowledge, I watched the show. There's actually an anime. I watched the anime and stuff, but it was a family of arms dealers.
Right.
And it's kind of like, let's say the main family, like, let's say the father who was doing shit, he had a girl and a boy. So, like, the son and the daughter and stuff, they were helping him move shit in their own regards and stuff like that, right? And basically, I think the daughter had her own private island.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like off the grid type of thing, because like that's where she is and stuff with it, because arms dealers are still illegal.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're always constantly on the move and they can't really set up shop and say, like, this is where we live. This is how we make our money and everything. And I looked at it, I was like, to know for a fact, one arms dealer and stuff with it has different locations on the globe, on the planet. So if you thought it was hard to get Russian troops to get, like, okay, we always talk about like sleeper agents and sleeper cells and stuff like that from Russian history. Yeah. The KGB, how they run shit. Yeah. Now, the motherfuckers who's sitting in the cut now, you found them guns and stuff and weapons to gotta do what they need to do from those locations. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
For Britney.
It's weird because it's a dude owns like 9 planes. He had his own UPS delivery service for guns. I'm like, maybe that's not a person you might want to just give away
That's
for
not a fair
basketball
trade.
stuff.
That's not a fair trade. That's not a fair trade in my eyes, but hello, America, or good morning, America. TJ Holmes, how you feel about that situation?
Bruh.
It remind you of like the Boston head coach?
Yeah, it reminded me exactly of the Boston head coach.
But I feel like this relationship
Right.
was a little bit more seen because of like, the butt taps I seen when they were going to a car.
Yeah.
Like, they're taking like some
Right,
TMZ kind of
right.
photos.
Yeah.
And cars holding hands, like, the I call it the lover's lock.
Yeah.
When
How did the Boston coach get caught? Was it?
No, they never specified. I've never heard how they got caught.
Yeah.
It just got aired out.
Yeah.
And then that's when I got the history and stuff. I'm like, that's Neil Long's man? And I was like, oh shit. They never specified so how he got caught.
But I mean, this was like a private investigator. So I guess this probably was going on for a while. And someone was like, okay, well, I need to get some proof. Let me hire a private investigator. And he went to town. That ass slap.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
One of my favorite-
He should have been a coach.
One of my favorite shows is Cheaters, right? So
Yeah.
I like when I was watching, it was like, shit, you just needed a confrontation piece. Like, yo. But then again, both of them, they said both of them ended their own personal marriages.
Right.
So I mean,
But was it prior to that whole thing jumping off, or was it?
yeah, prior. So prior to that, so again, like allegedly, they could have been doing this for like a year,
Right.
and they could have probably cut it off and stuff early in the year because both of the marriages and stuff ended and stuff earlier this year,
Right.
But my thing and stuff is, I still always question this: what I do at work and what I do in my time, why does it really affect the company?
Yeah.
Like the imagery and stuff for it, like, okay, if you put something in your clause saying like, husband and wife can't work together,
Right.
fair.
Fair.
Then make her a longtime girlfriend and stuff until you're ready to retire. Or
Right.
you move to another network, right? Because ABC runs Good Morning America. If you're saying you can't just date anybody and stuff like, who works there and stuff like that, then we're getting some hot water stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, every company has different clauses and stuff for fraternizing.
Yeah. And I think they always put, again, I think these companies are always looking at public perception first before anything else.
Of course.
Right?
Well, we live in social media time now, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. If you didn't like something back then, you took energy to go protest some shit.
Right.
Like, okay, we were talking about R. Kelly and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
I remember specifically when they found out about an R. Kelly sex tape, people in Chicago, they got together, put all his CDs and his music and stuff, whatever. CDs. You can't put a streaming platform on the ground.
No.
They put CDs they actually paid for and burnt and like broken and shattered and everything and stuff, whatever, right? In a pile. Then you had people to go, I guess, get the sticks, get the poster boards. No, R. Kelly. No, R. Kelly.
Right.
That was the energy before.
Right.
Now, motherfuckers just go straight because every company has a social media page and they're blue check certified. You just lodge your complaints there. I even remember somebody was saying like if they're taking the subway to work because they work downtown, they just complain on TTC.
Yeah.
Go on TTC's Twitter page and stuff. Is like, why your service suck? And they'll get a response stuff, whatever, like within a matter of time.
You know what? It's so true because if I have a gripe with any company, I take it to social media because I realize they respond to social media faster than anything else.
So
they could have a complaints email. That shit might sit there for 2-3 days. Within social media, they're replying within an hour.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like to save.
Look at the VIX post.
Oh yeah. And Vix responded to us.
VIX responded to us like that same day. No, you can't eat VIX. We don't recommend it. It's like no, this was satire. We weren't really serious. Tracy was serious.
Lady Cigarello was serious as shit.
She was serious.
I wasn't serious, but no. And you're right. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they know people are like closer to reach them or lodge complaints and stuff, whatever. So the Good Morning American viewers and watchers and stuff like look and be like, hey, we don't like this.
Right. And of course, they're probably not privy to the information that these people may have separated from their marriage.
I highly doubt it. I feel like it's remixed now across the board, though. Because I feel like you have situations where the people, like, okay, say now we mention, let's say Brittany Griner or somebody, right?
Right.
And let's say, for example, somebody lives under a rock.
Right.
Now they're like, who the hell are these Podical Sons guys talking about this Brittany Griner? They're not in the search on who Brittany Griner is, right? So if it's kind of like, who is Good Morning America? They'll go in on the search and go look and see like, oh, okay, so this lines up, and then if they feel the type of way or if they're that passionate and stuff like that, then this is where they start getting their social media pitchforks. So it's the people.
Yeah.
Because who got Brittany Griner to come home was Vin Diesel. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Last was the week before. He was like, bring her home. It's just like, shit. If Fast and Furious can bring her home, Fast and Furious. I mean,
Fast and Furious 10 next year. You gotta watch. Brittany Griner might even be in the flick. But I don't know, like, I don't feel like and same thing with the Jam Gomeshi situation and stuff. When he caught his charges and all that type of stuff, he was not he wasn't at CBC having these sexual assault cases and stuff like that, right? This is in his time, but I guess it makes the company look bad.
Yeah.
So this is when the company has to now react to the people.
Yeah.
But
that's it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, even if it's, again, like you're saying, even if it's not done on company time, you're damn sure those picketings is going to be happening on company time for about a week or 2, 3 or 4 until you get rid of them. They're going to be relentless with it. They're going to tell you, no, we don't want them on the air. You need to take them off. So at that point, you got to make that corporate decision.
Are you more likely to cheat with a complete stranger over a coworker? Because I feel like if you're in a relationship or you're in a situation and stuff, whatever, wouldn't you want it far removed from what you got going on?
I would think you'd want it far removed from what you got going on, but then when you really think about it, what would be the most convenient? Probably your coworker.
Convenience. I see the convenience.
Yeah.
But I feel like the convenience stuff would make it sloppy.
Yeah.
Like if you have an affair, like if someone's having an affair with like a next door neighbor or somebody in the neighborhood and stuff, whatever, that's too close to home.
Yeah, that's too close to home.
And you leave your home to probably go to work and stuff, and I feel like that's still too close to home.
Right.
Now, if it's like complete stranger and stuff, like, you know, it's like a one-off type of vibe and you met them, like you went somewhere, you had a vibe. I feel like you have less, well, the fallout might be the same.
Yeah.
Fallout might be the same and stuff, but I feel like it'd be less sloppy.
Right.
I feel like that's messy. That's messy and stuff when you have the coworkers and stuff. Because, okay, let's say your job doesn't let you go. And let's say that coworker stuff just happened to relocate to another job.
Yeah.
Still can happen with somebody else at the job, no?
I think if your mind's intentional on it, you're probably
with the cheating?
Intentional with the cheating. I think you're probably looking for something that's far and removed from where you're at.
Oh, so I'm an intentional cheater because I'm trying to think of something far removed.
But I'm thinking if it's a coworker shit and it's like I said, it's a conversation and things lead to another.
Right, like we were talking about earlier. That's what I was trying to get at earlier, but I'm like, I wanted to come back to that.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at stuff, I'm like, I have conversations with my coworkers, whatever, right? Who are women.
Right.
And everything. And to me, they're just conversations that, even with the podcast stuff.
Yeah.
With the podcast material and stuff like that. Some people, something like, I don't like talking to you because I feel like this conversation might end up on a podcast. I'm like, it's not going to end up on a podcast and stuff.
And if it does, it wouldn't end up from your perspective.
Yeah, exactly. It's still coming from my world and everything. But I look at it where I'm having conversations just to have conversations. Now, if a bond is to form and stuff in them, where we always talk about women are the true rapists and stuff like that because women they don't ask for consent to make you a plan B man or a side man and everything. They already nominated this shit in their head.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to tell them no, which some men don't tell women no often.
Right.
So now they get their way.
Yeah.
I look at it where, we're just having good conversation. In my head, I think if I friend zone you, just me.
Yeah.
If I friend zone you, you're friend zoned and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Because I don't really want nothing fucking up my world. I like peace. I don't want problems.
Right.
So that's just me. But I see where it can happen.
Yeah.
Because you're rubbing shoulder to shoulder with a person and stuff like that. You might exchange pleasantries and stuff. You go from explaining pleasantries to the person might know your kid. You might even be like, if it's like in their case and stuff, they're like, I was looking at this joke, my friend sent me this. Oh, I seen something similar to that. And now you guys are swapping out memes, telling out cracking up jokes and everything to probably a possible phone call. What happened? He's being an asshole over here. She's being fucked up over here too. You want to go for drinks? We can talk about our shitty marriages.
Right.
And then cue the music. And yeah, so I get it.
And that's why I say if it's intentional, because an intentional person, he's gonna want to try and keep that dirt far away from as possible. But the unintentional is like,
yeah, baby.
Okay, I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't wish for it to happen. It butted.
It butted.
It butted.
So she fell on your sausage. The slip and fall sausage move.
Whose cooch is this? Who put this cooch in front of me? Not my fault.
Let's talk about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle said she didn't know she was black until she went to the UK.
Oh, really? Because I know I'm black every day. I can't. I don't think there's any cue that lets me not know that I'm not black.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I think that speaks about bounds and stuff, whatever, about, I want to say, biracial children. Because I guess if you, let's say you're biracial, okay. For the longest, I never considered Mariah Carey biracial.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's just a white chick with a soulful voice.
Yeah.
Until when everything started coming out that she has, she's biracial and everything like that, right? Meghan Markle is biracial, like the Mariah Carey standards and stuff in my world, where she didn't look black.
What about Rachel Dolezal?
No. I threw a black fist up for that. Especially with the OnlyFans page. A fist bump to that. I think with people like that, you can see the worlds they can dance in between. Yes. And I feel like Meghan Markle was dancing in between the world. When she got over there to the royal family and stuff, yes, they highlighted race heavy.
Right.
And I get where she's coming from and stuff, whatever, because they focused on that. But then again, they fuck each other. Yeah. They're family fuckers, right? That's how royal blood works.
Well, I mean, they're looking for pure blood in their line. In the keyword being in their line.
Was Diana related to anybody though beforehand? Princess Diana? I thought she was just like a rebel without a cause and she just had like good family ties.
Her family, probably like if you go back far enough,
she might be related to somebody.
There might be some connection because the majority of the royals, if you go back far enough, they share common ancestry. You know what I mean? And it's only
they're from Alabama.
Listen, Alabama people.
Yeah, they gonna come for me. It's like, what entire nation you talking about over there? Marvelous?
Bamas.
The Bammers. I don't know, because with royals, they care about lineage.
Yes.
Why would you think you can be with a royal or even date a royal without them caring about your lineage? Like, that's important to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like, I live here in Canada. Right? A lot of times and stuff where I'm here, they hear how I speak. They're like, oh shit, you're American. You'd be like, okay. What that got to do with the conversation? They're like, nah, it means a lot. Because you American people are doing this. Like, I'm the representative, I'm a spokesperson for all the Americans and stuff in Toronto.
Yes, you are.
You know this. You know this. Oh my gosh. It's sad. They're like, why do American people do this? I'm like, that's one region of people and stuff like that. And I can't answer for that. I'm not from
yeah.
American people are so fucked up. Why race? I'm like, I don't answer for all racial issues in America. I'm one person.
One person.
They made me a delegate. Markle situation, her lineage would always be questioned. How the fuck you go through your whole life before you get to the UK, before you start dating Prince Harry?
Yeah.
They never question your lineage. Is that some super privilege that I don't know about? Or because she don't look black?
I don't think it's not only that the fact that she doesn't look black, but who was her circles? Because if she tended to stick with the white side of the family and immerse herself in white culture, then they're going to embrace her as that. So much that she'll fall into that whole psychic loop of just think like okay, for instance, the Brazilian people who don't feel that they're black because they're light skinned. So they condition themselves to do everything that's what would be considered white culture. So much to the fact that they'll disown anything that's black in them. I just think like being around the circle that she probably might have been around for so long and fitting in with that circle that she just felt like she could fit in any circle. Fitting
was the piece. Because I was going to say, I'm going to explain Barack Obama. Barack Obama's father lived in Africa,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't grow up with his father's side of the family. He grew up with his white mom and his white grandmother, and everything and stuff like that. But I guess the fitting in piece, because he looked black.
Yes.
So he wouldn't really fit in until he went around the people who he could fit in with.
Right.
The fitting, okay. All right. Now the vision is getting clear.
Yeah, and so once you have that acceptance from that group, that now becomes your peer group. And you're looking at, well, if my peer group accepts me, then you're feeling like, well, every other white person or everybody else who looks like my peer group
will run with you.
Will yeah, exactly.
Do you think the rest of the world hates black people more than America? Because I feel like I seen a video where there was a young lady, she went to Afghanistan. Right? So I follow it's like travel noir.
Yeah.
And it's like black people traveling into like these exotic places and everything like that. And I saw this young lady, she went and they kind of took her around, but she said she felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And even like when you remember we covered that before with the Black American basketball players in China with the people and stuff, Nigger, go back to your country, Nigger, and everything. Do you feel like the racism is like, does America dislike black people more, or does the other countries and stuff dislike black people more?
I think it's straight across the board. I think because we're in North America, we witness it more from a North American perspective, and the fact that Americans are just, I think, are more outspoken with it. But no, I think it's just as strong in certain places. Going back to you mentioning about the black people traveling to different places. I remember this one black woman talking about how she went to this particular restaurant. I can't remember what it was. I think it was somewhere in the Middle East. But she went to this one particular restaurant, and come 6 p.m., she had to be out. Like
that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen in America.
No, it doesn't happen in America.
Right. So, and because that's the thing that kind of kills me, because even like in Africa, I had a friend, she did a missionary in Kenya.
Okay.
She did a missionary in Kenya and stuff like that. And she was at a Chinese restaurant and stuff with some of the people that she did the missionary and stuff with.
Right.
And they looked at her and they told her, like, okay, well, 6 p.m., y'all got to cha-cha slide and stuff out and everything like that. And they're like, they say they got there like 4:50.
Right.
So they're like, are you guys going to make our food fast enough? They're like, yeah. And they kind of hustled up for them. So then they were asking questions like, why? They're like, they only accept affluential black people.
Right.
there after 6 p.m. because they don't know who might be with Boko Haram and everything like that. Because Boko Haram, they're damn near all over and stuff and like that.
Right,
Nigeria, Kenya,
Right.
neck of the woods and stuff like that. So not my friend and stuff whatever, but one of the people that was with her and stuff, they're like, but she's the only black person
Yeah.
with non-black people and stuff like, we're here for church and God.
Yeah.
And you're in Africa. Where you're going to run into a lot of black people.
Right.
So you're going to exclude. That's wild to me.
Yeah, it is wild.
That's very wild.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm looking. I'm like, in America, that doesn't really go down. Like you might have like an occasional type of spots be like, okay, this is members only.
Yeah.
And they might use the members only thing as a default, saying like, we don't want your kind in here.
Right.
Right? But like you're saying, America's more outspoken and stuff, but that is blatant. How the fuck are you in Africa?
Yeah.
And you're saying no black people can be in this place and the content you're on is Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a Chinese restaurant in an African country. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, from my point of view now, until my mind has changed.
Right.
I feel like outside is more racist.
Hmm.
I feel like outside is more racist and stuff, whatever. Because I think the way how the media ran everything,
Yeah.
they make it look bad to be black.
Yeah.
They make it bad to be black and stuff. I think when you're a celebrity, depending on the type of celebrity and stuff, whatever, you might be kosher and everything like that. But I remember, I think 50 said it, I think it was Hassan Ambition. He's like, racist, because he's covered in diamonds. He's like, racists look at me, they're like, look, it's Niggarachi. Like, not Liberace, Niggarachi, whatever, because he's covered in diamonds. And I was looking like, well, yeah, because even when these other places are going to do like Halloween or blackface and all that type of stuff, whatever, and they try to look, let's say, like a celebrity rapper.
Right.
The first thing they throw on is some jewels
Yeah,
and they get their face all type of dark and everything like that, right? So I'm like,
even here in Canada, for the longest time, I said, Canada is just as racist as the United States. The thing I love about the United States is you know who the racists are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I can deal with that and stuff, whatever. Because
You're gonna be racist. But at least show your colors then. You know what I mean? So I know not to deal with you.
that.
Yeah.
That, and that's what I like and stuff, whatever. Like, and it's not even say I like in like a good way, but I want to say for security purposes.
Yeah.
Because if you know, like your establishment is already whites only and stuff like that, you're gonna scrutinize. You probably spit in my food and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't go there because that's not the kind of service I want to pay for.
Right.
So if I know that this is known, I just avoid that area and stuff and just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if I don't know and I come in there and you're like, we got another one of them porch monkeys, Hawk 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have a serious problem, especially if I see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. God bless America, nowhere else. Trump's America coming soon.
Coming soon.
Let's get to the question of the week, man.
Question of the week.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question of the week says, do people with no problems have anxiety? Well, I feel like for myself, some of the things I deem as problems, I am an overthinker.
Yeah.
But some things I might deem as a problem or an issue will give me some form of anxiety.
Yeah. Even if it's slight, I think that's with me as well.
But and then you have some people stuff out here that just literally do not give a flying fuck. So if you're a person that don't give a flying fuck about specific things or a good portion of things,
you shouldn't
have.
You shouldn't have any.
Okay. All right. You feel the same way.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. I mean, you might be anxious about having a problem, about getting your first problem, but otherwise than that.
But even that itself will be a thing, whatever, right? Because you're looking like, I would feel like if everything is going peachy keen smooth, there's nothing. I don't try to like self-sabotage myself.
Right.
But
you're like, it's going a little bit too smooth. It's like, it's going a little too smooth. A little bit too smooth, yeah.
Nigga, it's too good to be true.
Too good to be true.
Right. So I'm looking like, all right, score. 'Cause I remember I moved different. I told you I got hit by a car on my birthday, right?
Huh.
just like years ago.
Okay.
So
Okay.
years ago and shit like that, whatever. I bought a lotto ticket. So I was like, all right, no, I always try to buy lotto tickets and stuff for myself, especially
Right.
on my birthday.
Right.
Press my birthday luck.
Right.
So I go buy scratch off.
Okay.
So I bought a scratch off and everything. I'm saying I'm buy a $10 scratch off. Bought the $10 scratch off and shit like that. And I think on my way going home,
Okay.
because I walked to the gas station and stuff by my old house. On the way going home and stuff, whatever. I was like, you know what? Since I'm at the light, I might just start scratching. So I started scratching off everything and shit like that. And right before I got to the house, I really looked. I fully scratched the ticket and I was like, oh shit, that just won $100. So I bought a $10 thing and I bought $100. I'm like,
yeah.
so I said, fuck it. Before I go to the house, it's
You
still
go
warm
cash,
enough.
yeah, you
I
go cash,
walk
go
back,
cash in.
cash it in.
Yeah.
And I said, let me go get another one.
Right.
So cash that in, got another one now.
Right.
Another one and stuff, whatever. I scratched that sooner. So I got $50 from this bitch. I'm like, bet.
Damn.
I'm right. I'm like,
Yeah.
birthday. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is the kind of cake I want on my birthday. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back to the house and stuff, whatever. Because at the time and stuff, whatever, you know, the wife was there. I was married. I went back to the house stuff to say, oh shit, you know, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Right.
When I'm walking to the house, a car basically jumped the curve and like the side mirror hit me in my arm and shit like that. Whatever. And then they realized that because they thought they dodged me,
Right.
but it kind of went over the curb and just kind of hit me on my arm and shit like that. So they slammed on the brakes like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I thought, you know, when I heard, because they saw the side mirror, it was one of those when I folded.
Yeah, yeah.
So they saw it folded. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I gotta get my ass home. If I was gonna walk back to go cash in this $50 one.
Your luck too long. You extended your luck too long. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, this is too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go home and stuff and like, hey, I love you. I'm alive.
Right, yeah.
I could have died outside a few minutes ago, but we're here. You know? So I don't know. No problems. Do they have anxiety? I'm gonna start asking people and stuff for them. You should ask people with me.
Yeah.
If you see people and stuff like, yo, you don't got no problems? No, give them be like, you have anxiety? Well, I mean, I do have anxiety. I'm like, you have problems then.
Yeah. You gotta be anxious.
You gotta be
Whatever
anxious.
you're anxious about, there's gotta be a problem.
Something.
Do something.
All right. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? I actually like the Ask the Sons and stuff whatever most of the time and stuff too. Because
yeah.
they kind of switch up from whatever we're used to, like from the top our topics to it's kind of like, hey, we need you to answer this, Podical Sons. First Ask the Sons comes from Christina_O. What did you learn in school that has been proven false? Go ahead.
Study hard, get good grades, and you're gonna get a good job.
Ain't that the fucking truth? The A students work for the B students while the C students run the world.
Yeah.
I was an A student. The dumbasses are ahead of me at work. Oh.
Woosa.
Like, who the fuck made you leader?
I've watched so much interviews in the past a month ago with the main person saying how many times they've been kicked out of high school. So they just said, fuck it. And look at them now.
Successful. Money coming out the yin yang. Yeah. Anytime, because the first thing when I heard about Robert De Niro and stuff, I heard two things I heard about Robert De Niro when I started paying Robert De Niro attention. I think I started paying Robert De Niro attention from movies a long time ago.
Right.
But I think when he came out with Ronin, I was probably older.
Okay.
So I was like maybe in high school, middle school, high school time stuff and everything like that. And then I think he did, is The Score? The one with Edward Norton and Angela Bassett.
Yes.
So Angela Bassett is in there and stuff as his woman.
Right.
And then somebody hit me on, they're like, oh yeah. Well, Robert De Niro's playing his real life and stuff in this. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, Robert De Niro's wife is black.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Robert De Niro. Italiano descent. They're like, yeah. I was like, no shit. And then they're like, yeah. And then they're like, that person was saying like, oh, he's a high school dropout and stuff as well. I'm like, for a high school dropout, he's living a fucking life.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I was in my top 12 in my high school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Robert De Niro.
That's what I'm saying. That was a myth. It's a myth.
myth. I think for me it's the free drugs thing.
Free drugs?
Because the DARE program. The DARE program and stuff like hell. The DARE program was strong. I went to school in Miami.
Yeah.
And in Miami, Florida and stuff like that, DARE program was vigilant as shit. We talking about like, some days you would see officers and stuff roll past and stuff, whatever, in like full out uniform.
Right.
And some other times you see officers come out the car with a DARE shirt on with the badge over it and be like, is that your uniform? Shit. Remember, kids, don't accept any free drugs. Dear drug dealers, if you sell weed or have those chocolate, was it mushrooms? You have the chocolate mushroom bars and stuff, whatever. I'll accept the free shit.
Yeah.
And if I kick the bucket, then he can't have any. Send the samples. Send the samples this way. Because their program made it seem like you guys were a dime a dozen out here and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's rare as shit.
Yeah. It's rarely happening. Rarely happening.
Pieces of shit. Next question comes from Feisty Beach. Not my name, it's her name.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a her. Whatever pronoun you go by. What's one of life's biggest traps that people fall in?
Going to school, getting good grades, getting a good job.
I'm done. Good night, folks. Good day. Good day. I'm done. I'm done. Let me read the other question beforehand. Before you answer with the same fucking answer. Hold on. I hope you don't answer this the same damn way. But we'll get to that. My answer and stuff is like, I think keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the Joneses is the dumbest thing and stuff in the world for me and stuff like that, whatever, right? But you know what it is? Archetypes. We're talking about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle has a podcast called Archetypes.
Okay.
My archetype is, I'm more of a, I don't consider myself an alpha male. I consider myself a sigma, a little bit of gamma male.
Okay.
Yeah, alpha, beta, gamma, omega, sigma, and I think there's one more I'm missing. But a sigma male, you don't give a fuck about other people and what they're doing and all that type of stuff and everything like that. So if you over here living like MTV Cribs, like, you know, we make it, we getting it on a podcast and shit like that, whatever, right? If you want to take your podcast money and stuff and do whatever the fuck you want to your spot and everything, and I'm not doing that, that's not for me.
Right, yeah.
I don't really care for that and everything like that, whatever, right? Because I know for a fact, like, at a drop of a dime, I know I can go to any bank account or any account and have money to use.
Yes.
Money to spend.
Yes.
Whatever, right? And I always, like, one of the OGs and stuff in my life, she told me straight good. She's like, can't nobody stun on you if your credit's good. If your credit's good, no one can stun on you.
Right.
Because whatever Lexus or whatever kind of car they have, your credit's good, you can do the same damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You want a big ass house, your credit's good, you can do the same damn thing. So I think with that kind of embedded into me, I really don't give a fuck about keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
Because what you eat don't make me shit.
Exactly.
But some people still looking like, oh my gosh, not your average. They have 2 cars in their garage and everything like that.
Yeah.
And they have their nice home. He has a studio in his house and stuff, whatever. Babe, you do music.
What do you do?
Why can't we have that? You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Nah.
I think the other trap and stuff I feel like people always fall into and stuff, whatever, is like, you have to be in a relationship.
I think so too. I think that's
because I look at it stuff as where the person has to look at themselves.
Right.
Like I myself, I realize and stuff, I am a relationship type of person.
right.
Right? And with that being said, I look at it stuff as there are certain things I'm able to be flexible about, some things I'm not able to be flexible about, whatever, right? If I'm not able to be flexible about certain type of things and stuff, whatever, I have to look at it stuff like from a relationship standpoint.
Right.
Right? So some people and stuff, I know a guy, he's like, yo, no space, shape, or form he can be with a woman that makes more money than him. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah. I know you don't give a fuck. I'm looking for a sugar mama my damn self.
Hell yeah.
But some people and stuff are just like that, right? And that's them and that's their world. And for me, I look at it as where if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, I have to be happy.
Yeah.
That's the overall thing. I'm happy and it's not hurting me.
Right.
But some people want stuff like, you'll see somebody get beat the fuck up and stuff like that. Why are you with him? He loves me. Like, he really loves me and everything. Like your love like it hurt.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you don't always have to be in a relationship and stuff like that. Or don't be in a relationship that you're not happy in.
Right.
Or is hurting you.
Yeah.
So
just to save face.
Yeah, just to say you got somebody and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Foolish.
Foolish things that.
Foolishness that. Last question. If you can drop out of high school. Last question comes from Mr. Shake. On a first date, what was a sign that there would be no second date?
Lack of conversation.
You went on a date with a chick and she didn't talk? Like
talk,
that?
Talk, but it was like pulling teeth. You know what I mean?
Speak on it. Let me hear this.
Well,
she was, so okay.
It's like the conversation was one-sided then.
So you were throwing out questions trying to get to know her?
Right, yeah.
And she was just like
little one-word answers here and there.
Was it a dinner date?
Yeah, it was a
dinner date. Foodie call then. It's probably a foodie call.
Probably a foodie call.
It was a foodie call. She's looking to get fed.
Yeah.
I think for me, I went on a date with a chick and it was the funniest. We were there on the date and she said to me, she's like, oh, you smell nice. She's like, I love that cologne. What is that? And I was like, it might have been one of the Chanel's. Because I'm a fan of the Chanel stuff, whatever, right? It might have been one of the Chanel's and everything. And she's like, I got to buy that for my boyfriend. I was like, yo. I was like, boo, you got a boyfriend? She's like, yes.
I got to buy that for my boyfriend.
So I said to her, I'm like, boo, you got a man? She's like, yeah, I thought you had a chick too. I thought we were just going to be each other's side pieces. So I'm like, no, I didn't have anybody. That's the reason I'm openly taking you out to a date.
Yeah.
But this is a side piece mission. Come meet me in a basement apartment somewhere.
Right?
Like, we can order food there. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I don't want to get into shit and stuff, but I looked at her because she's like, I'm like, why you agreed to come on the date and stuff, whatever, if you know you had a full-on man? She's like, well, he out of town and it get lonely. She's like, you must be.
So you're a foodie and booty call.
Yo, but she looked at me, she said, you must be extremely lonely because I thought you had a chick and you just liked me. So I was like, extremely lonely that I am. I'm not that lonely enough to get caught up in some shit like this and stuff like that, whatever, right? So she's like, oh. And she looked at me like I got no problem. Like, for real? She's like, okay, well, we ate, we cracked some jokes and everything like that. And I dropped her off and stuff, whatever. It was the funniest when I dropped her off because it was so weird where she's like, she had to meet me some point. And I met her there and I picked her up, so I dropped her off back to her car. So I'm looking like, hope your boyfriend's family doesn't see me dropping you off here and everything like that. She's like, nah, just tell me you're a coworker and stuff. We went out for drinks. She's like, we didn't do anything. We did not.
This is true. This is true.
Yes.
This is true. Yeah, now that I think about it, I had a movie date once, right? And the girl took her shoes off
in the movies
and put her bare feet on back of the chair in front of her. And throughout the movie, all I could do is just look at the feet and think in my mind, how nasty this is.
Public.
Yeah, that
you could pay for school, you can't buy class.
Can't buy class, bro. I was like, yeah, you were fine up until that point. Yeah.
I hear some red flags and stuff on some dates and everything like that, but I think they just kind of determine how far I'm gonna go with said person. Like when I hear some shit like, I was on a date one time with a chick and she said to me, straight good, she's like, she doesn't want to get married.
Mm.
So I said, why? And she's like, because all men cheat. And she said, if she's to get married and she found out the dude cheats,
Right.
she's going to fuck his best friend and fuck up their relationship between his best friend because he fucked to fuck up their marriage.
Right.
So I'm looking at something like, yo, this chick is scandalous.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking of my dick. So I'm looking like, dear God, I hope this condom don't break tonight. I beg. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And then after that, like, it was definitely going to be something like Gone in the Wind.
Right. Yeah.
But I look at it stuff like in hindsight now, like I wouldn't even entertain that. No space, shape, or form. I think the older I get, the less tolerance of bullshit I have.
I think that's what it is.
So yeah, like I was definitely like in my 20s and stuff, early 20s with that. So I was like, no, we're not doing that ever again. But you can look like beauty queen, dramatic and everything. I actually really care about more like morals, principles, and character now.
Yeah.
And you're just attractive. You're attractive enough to me.
Right.
You're attractive enough to me. We're good. We're solid.
Yeah, that's it.
We're solid and stuff, whatever. Because all things that glitter is not gold.
No.
That's it. We are here.
We are here.
We came, we saw, we conquered and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like we do every week.
Ready for the Soul Say the Sons?
I'm ready.
Soul Say the Sons this week says, always strive to be a warrior and not a warrior. Soul Say the Sons. You gotta claw and scratch out of that killer instinct and stuff out of you to go be great, to fight for what you believe in, to fight for the things that you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the anxiety thing we were talking about, like, you know, don't steady wasting your time just worrying about shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to just do shit.
Yeah.
Some things take action.
It's funny. I seen a post. I think, shout out to Jay. I think Jay, it was on Jay's page today. And it was basically saying, a warrior may not win every fight, but he's in every fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I adapted that concept and stuff, I think probably earlier in the year when we were talking about the whole wing it thing or planning and all that type of stuff. I'm like, you know what?
Right.
If you put your best foot forward and it don't work out for you, the fact you're living with no regret, it takes away the worry.
Yeah.
Like I shoulda, woulda, coulda and stuff, whatever. Like, all right, I was thinking about the Bruno Mars song the other day, whatever. Like, I should have bought you flowers, should have held your hand and everything.
Yeah.
If you bought the flowers, you held the hand, and all that stuff still didn't work out,
it didn't work.
You're good.
Yeah.
You've done all you can do.
Yeah.
So that part, like, don't spend your time
Then you
worrying.
don't get anxiety. You don't get anxiety.
Right. That's what you get into, like, I don't give a fuck. We are here, man. Once again, appreciate you guys and stuff, whatever. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're rocking with us, and we appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember the difference between genius stupidity and genius has limits. Peace and love. All streaming platforms possible. Podicalsons.com. Peace.
Peace.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and so fucking marvelous.